These operations underscore the growing threat of cybercrime and the importance of coordinated action across law enforcement and cybersecurity agencies. The CSA commends all our international partners for their continuous support in victim identification and repatriation efforts. The CSA and the Ghana Police Service remain committed to working closely with international partners and local stakeholders to dismantle cyber criminal networks, safeguard victims of cyber-enabled trafficking, and strengthen Ghana's overall cyber security resilience as part of the President's overall agenda. The CSA calls on the public to remain vigilant, to report suspicious online activities to the authorities' 24-hour POC hotline 292, either by text or a direct call. The public can also report via the following email: report@csa.gov.gh. report@csa.gov.gh. Thank you, and I'll hand over the mic to the Director General, CID.
Good morning once again, members of the press and colleagues. Thank you for honoring our invitation to this morning's press briefing. As has been our practice, the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service is committed to providing regular updates on major criminal cases currently under investigation. Today's briefing will focus on 4 key investigations, which are the murder of an immigration officer and the arrest of a key suspect named Bright Awe, a breakthrough in multiple car robbery cases following the arrest of convicted fugitive Abubakar Sadiq, the arrest of suspects in a case of a robbery attack on a taxi driver at Medina, and also some work done by Interpol Ghana on transnational stolen vehicle cases. The first one is the murder of an immigration officer. The Ghana Police Service, through its Criminal Investigations Department, is actively investigating the gruesome murder of Assistant Inspector of Immigration Stephen King Amwa, popularly known as Otumfo Nana, who was initially reported missing early last month in July 2025. On 4 July 2025, the Kwabenya District Police Command received a complaint regarding the disappearance of Assistant Inspector Stephen King Amwa, an immigration officer stationed at the Sports Department of the Ghana Immigration Headquarters in Accra. Investigations revealed that on 3 July 2025, at approximately 8 p.m., the deceased left his residence at Ashoma Estate after receiving WhatsApp images of cash bundles from one Bright Awe, who requested to meet him at a spot at Ashoma Estate to settle an outstanding debt. According to the complainant, Mr. Amwa never returned home that night and his phone remained switched off thereafter. On 6 July 2025, subsequent police operations led to the arrest of suspect Bright Awe with aliases Roberts or Highest Bright. During interrogation, he admitted to meeting and giving the deceased 500,000 cedis in cash on 3 July 2025 when they met at a spot at Ashoma Estate. He claimed that he instructed the deceased to use 200,000 Ghana cedis to pay off certain debts and hold the remaining 300,000 cedis for later collection. However, the suspect failed to clearly explain the source of the funds and provided conflicting statements which heightened suspicions of foul play. He was arraigned before the Kwabenya Circuit Court on 8 July 2025 on a provisional charge of kidnapping. On the morning of 9 July 2025, police discovered a severely burnt body in a gutter near GBC Satellite opposite Comet Estate in Accra. The body was conveyed to the police hospital morgue. Following this discovery, investigators from the Kwabenya police joined the crime scene and later proceeded with the complainant and 6 relatives to the morgue. Despite the extent of the burns, the relatives positively identified the body as that of Stephen King Amwa, who had been missing since 3 July 2025. The investigation took a decisive turn on 16 July 2025 when the CID, supported by officers from the Counter-Terrorism Unit and the Kwabenya District Police, visited the suspect's residence. A forensic inspection revealed the following: blood stains in the living room and evidence of attempted cleanup, freshly sprayed walls, an empty can of spray paint. A search of a secondary crime scene near the GBC satellite area also uncovered a burnt woolen carpet stained with blood and partially burnt camouflage fabric. These items were photographed, retrieved, and processed for forensic analysis. On 24 July, police obtained a warrant from the court to search a particular room in the suspect's house. A search in the room revealed more blood stains which were photographed, and samples were collected for forensic analysis. A further search in the bushes about 100 meters from the suspect's house also led to the retrieval of a fufu pestle with blood stains all over it, wrapped in polythene. Police also impounded the suspect's vehicle, in which some blood stains were also seen, and same was collected for analysis. I wish to state that the initial blood samples collected have tested positive for human blood. To aid the investigation, the deceased mother and son have provided samples for DNA profiling. In the face of these pieces of evidence, the suspect, who was initially charged with kidnapping, has since been rearrested and formally charged with murder. He is currently on remand following his appearance before the Adabraka District Court and is scheduled to reappear on 8 August 2025. A special operation is currently underway to identify and arrest his accomplices, and we are following other vital leads to gather all necessary evidence against the suspect and his accomplices. The Ghana Police Service wishes to assure the public that the investigation remains ongoing and that every effort is being made to ensure that all the perpetrators are brought to justice. The Criminal Investigation Department once again has busted the vehicle robbery syndicate following the arrest of a convicted fugitive, Abubakar Sadiq, who is linked to a series of vehicle robbery cases across multiple regions in Ghana. The suspect and his accomplices operated under the guise of being members of a non-governmental organization or religious group. Their modus was to approach car rental companies and drivers pretending to rent their vehicles for missionary work in parts of northern Ghana, only to rob them of their vehicles mid-journey, often in remote locations in the northern region. In one instance, on 11 November 2022, the suspect rented a Toyota Land Cruiser from a car rental company for missionary work in the northern region. When they got to a place near Malzeri, close to Yendi, the driver was tied to a tree and the vehicle stolen from him. A similar incident occurred in January 2023 when another Toyota Land Cruiser was taken under the same pretext. In April 2023, a Toyota Vitz was also stolen and later sold in Bolgatanga using the same modus. Through investigation and sustained intelligence efforts, the police identified the key suspect as Abubakar Sadiq. A warrant was therefore issued for the suspect's arrest. He was also placed on the police wanted list, the immigration stop list, and an Interpol red notice. In February 2023, police had information that suspect Abubakar Sadiq had been arrested by police in Burkina Faso, but he escaped custody before extradition could be completed. On 28 July 2025, Abubakar Sadiq was finally arrested in Accra through a joint operation involving the CID's anti-armed robbery unit and the national security. He is now in police custody and assisting with investigations. It is of interest to note that the Cape Coast High Court had previously sentenced the suspect in absentia to 25 years imprisonment with hard labor for a 2021 robbery in Breman, Esikuma. He is also implicated in several other car thefts under investigation. We are urging members of the public, particularly car rental operators and victims of similar incidents, to report to the CID headquarters to assist with investigations. Efforts are underway to arrest his accomplices while investigations continue. I'll now move to the arrest of suspects in a case of a robbery attack on a taxi driver at Medina. The CID has also chalked success in our investigation into a robbery incident involving a taxi driver, Mr. Vic Martin Obing, which took place on 1st January 2025. On the day of the incident, the victim was operating his ash and yellow Toyota Corolla taxi with registration number GM29616 when three young men requested a ride from Medina Zongo Junction to Hacho. While approaching the ICGC church area in Hacho, the suspects attacked him inside the vehicle. They covered his face with a shirt, tied him up, and forced him to lie on the floor on the back seat. The suspects then took control of the vehicle and robbed him of his daily sales, a mobile phone, and 13,000 Ghana cedis in mobile money before abandoning him near Westland. Following receipt of the complaint, a team of investigators visited the scene and deployed intelligence-led operations to track the suspects. On 30th July 2025, acting on intelligence, police arrested suspect Vincent Betoglo at the Accra Mall. A search conducted on him revealed the complainant's stolen mobile phone alongside 3 other mobile phones. Upon interrogation, the suspect claimed he purchased the phones at Kwame Nkrumah Circle but failed to assist police in tracing the alleged seller. Further investigations revealed that suspect Vincent Betoglo is an ex-convict who was convicted in 2011 by the Cocoa Affairs Court 1 and sentenced to 40 years imprisonment. He was, however, released in 2023 after a successful appeal. Police investigations are ongoing and efforts are being intensified to arrest the other suspects involved. Now, I will be speaking about some work done by Interpol Ghana on transnational stolen vehicle cases. The CID administration has stepped up efforts to fight vehicle crime by working in close collaboration with other national agencies, including the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority and international partners like the Interpol, Digipol, and the FBI to share intelligence on vehicles stolen abroad and imported into the country, as well as transnational organized criminal groups involved in the stolen motor vehicle trade and related crimes like money laundering, insurance fraud, identity theft, visa card fraud, among other transnational crimes. This effective collaboration has resulted in the recovery of 43 vehicles stolen from abroad and brought into the country between January and July 2025. These 43 vehicles are mainly high-value luxurious vehicles such as Rolls-Royce, Audi Q8, Porsche, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, etc., stolen from countries such as the Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Canada, USA, Germany, Italy, and France. Out of the 43 vehicles that have been impounded, investigations have been completed, and the courts have ordered that 18 of them should be repatriated back to the countries of origin. 8 have already been repatriated, while 10 are pending repatriation. Cases on the remaining 25 are still pending in courts. It is important to note that for every vehicle that is impounded, thorough investigations are carried out and the importers are given the opportunity to provide proof of ownership of purchase of the vehicles from the countries of origin. It is sad to note that in almost all the cases mentioned above, those who clear the vehicles in Ghana are unable to provide proof of ownership or purchase of the vehicles from the country of origin prior to their importation into Ghana. Let me indicate here that payment of customs duties in Ghana does not mean that the vehicle was legitimately acquired from the country of origin. To further boost the fight against vehicle crime, a special task force has been set up by the CID administration to conduct intelligence-based operations and impound suspected stolen vehicles brought into the country. So far, the task force has successfully impounded 6 vehicles made up of 4 Toyota Tundra vehicles, 1 Toyota RAV4, and 1 Range Rover, all stolen from Canada. Investigations have commenced to unravel the circumstances surrounding their theft and importation of the vehicles into Ghana. Intelligence gathered on the modus operandi indicate that criminals use fake identities to rent vehicles from car rental companies. While the rental agreement is in force, they clandestinely ship the vehicles out of the country. As soon as they are sure the vehicles have been cleared, they stop paying the rental charges and cut all communication with the company. By the time the rental company realizes that the contract has been abrogated, the vehicle would already have been shipped out of the country of origin. Some of the vehicles are actually stolen from the premises of the owners. The tracking systems are disabled and they are shipped into the country. In some of the cases, fake credit cards or stolen credit card details are used to buy the vehicles on hire purchase. While the agreement is in force, the vehicles are shipped out of the country of origin. Once the vehicle is out and sold to an innocent buyer, the payments on the purchase are stopped. That is when the owners realize the theft and report same to the authorities. Others also buy and import the luxurious vehicles as a way of laundering illicit profits acquired from criminal acts like romance fraud and sextortion. Sadly, some innocent citizens fall victims and purchase vehicles that have been stolen from abroad. I want to take this opportunity to advise all citizens who want to purchase vehicles, particularly those imported from abroad, to go beyond requesting for the customs documents and demand from the importers some proof of purchase or ownership of the vehicle prior to its importation into the country. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the cases outlined today highlight Ghana Police Service's unwavering commitment to investigating serious crimes and bringing perpetrators to justice. From the gruesome murder of Stephen King Amwa to the arrest of high-profile robbery suspect Abubakari Sadiq and the ongoing pursuit of assailants in the Medina taxi robbery case, as well as the cases of sale of vehicles stolen from outside the country, we remain focused and professional in carrying out our duties. We acknowledge public concern regarding the pace of some investigations. Let me assure you that all cases are being handled diligently, guided by evidence and due process. On behalf of the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohono, I wish to commend all police officers involved for their dedication, especially those who continue to work long hours to gather evidence, trace suspects, and ensure that justice is served. A special thanks goes to the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice, particularly the Office of the DPP, whose hard work and dedication gives meaning to all the work we do at the CID. We're also grateful to all sister agencies, and I want to particularly thank my brother, DG, for his unwavering support. We've been working tirelessly night and day to ensure that victims are actually rescued and suspects are put before courts. Thank you so much. We want to thank our stakeholders, both local and international, for their continuous support. As I conclude, I wish to urge members of the public to continue to support our work by volunteering credible information to the police and other security agencies. Together, we can ensure that Ghana remains safe and secure. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on CTTV. I would want to acknowledge the presence of a few media houses, then we'll take two rounds of questions. Joy News, ChannelOne, Television, City FM, GTV, Peace FM, Metro TV, Angel FM TV, Daily Graphic, Class FM and Accra FM, TV3, 3 News. We are also live on Ghana Police Teach, Ghana Web, Ghana News Agency, Business and Financial Times, Ghanaian Times, Daily Guide, UTV, Asase Radio, Radio, and a number of media houses that have joined us here. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take two rounds of questions. Please, if you want to ask a question, you mention your name and that of your media house. Comfortably, you can.
Good morning, once again. I'm Belinda Alan Kwanzaa from Weasel TV, and this actually concerns me because it's in my area. So the rides we've been ordering, Uber, Bolt, Yango, etc., have been making complaints about the Awudomen Cemetery stretch in the evening. Normally when they are going to pick someone up, it's either someone makes a false order, then when the ride gets there, they beat you up, take your car and everything from you, then they leave you. If you are lucky, if you're not lucky, they might kill you. If you are lucky, they might leave your car with you or damage something on your car. I want to know if the CID has heard anything about that and what measures they are putting in place. Yeah.
So how are we doing? Are we asking about 2 or 3 before?
Let's take 2.
Are we taking like 2 or 3 so that we answer once or so?
Good morning.
Yeah. I directed the regional commander to step up patrols and visibility in that area.
Okay.
Peter Wawadato, GH1 TV. I want to find out about the cyber operations, some dated as far back as May, especially the one in the Volta region, Suakopa. I want to know how far with prosecution in these cases, if any of them have been convicted, and what is the state of the rest of the cases.
It's still ongoing. It's still ongoing.
Yeah, court proceedings are ongoing.
Good morning. My name is Noble Presbyterian and I work with TV3. So for the past 8 years, there's not been a single compiled data on crime. So my question is, should we expect crime statistics to be resumed soon, for the updates to come soon, or is there a reason why it has been stalled for the past 8 years? Thank you.
We will take the response before we are in the next round of questions. Thank you very much.
Should we answer now?
Yeah.
So will you do yours or I should do mine?
Okay, let me start.
So you speak on this, so I'll copy one, then you do the other.
All right, thank you very much for the questions. Peter from GH1. For the arrests, most of them have been processed for courts, and court proceedings are currently ongoing. The one, particularly the one of Sogakope, we are currently, well, I will say the court proceedings are currently ongoing, and we are hopeful that we will yield a positive result from that. Thank you.
Yes. The Awudome Cemetery issue, I know it went viral. A lot of people were circulating a particular video. So what we did was we directed the regional command to focus on that area in terms of being more visible night and day, and not just Awudome, because we definitely have areas of concern. People mentioned the Gimpa stretch. It's also another area, so we've directed that they should step up the visibility efforts, more snap checks and all of that. So the various commanders recently have taken particular focus on those areas, so I believe that we should be hearing more positive stories. But we urge people to complain or report if they come across any incident they would like the police to know about. Our public affairs department is available, our various police commands are open. So if you have any particular or peculiar case, you can report it. And from TV3, I don't know who you have been asking for those statistics, and probably you've not been given them, but our department is open. If you need any information, you should be able to contact us and then we'll give it to you.
Maybe for some clarity, the past 8 years, it is released as I think quarterly, or there's a period where it is released in the public.
All right.
And it details the kinds of crime and what efforts are being done in the report.
All right, no problem. I'll discuss that with my director of public affairs, and then we'll work on that, because we have the statistics available. It's not a matter of a secret or anything that we don't want anybody to know about. So our director of public affairs will take it on, and if you want it personally, you can ask for it. But if it has to be released, as you are saying, we'll look into that. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take the next round of questions. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to acknowledge the presence of Ali J, one of the famous bloggers we have in the country as well. He's the next round of questions.
Hi, good evening. My name is Fauzu Masaudu. I work with CTFM and ChannelOne television. My first question goes to the Cybersecurity Authority. I want to find out from you if there is a data so far as the financial implications of cyber or online scams are concerned. Are there data within a certain given time frame available, especially for the media? And also the involvement of the transnational dimension to some of these issues you have enumerated. You mentioned that some 14 foreign nationals are set to be repatriated. As a cybersecurity authority, how does the involvement of some of these foreign nationals at the center of cybercrime affects the thinking of your operation? In fact, there's been several calls by some citizens for a certain group of foreign nationals in the country to be sent, quote unquote, back home for some of these reasons. What's your position on that? And then in July this year, one Joseph B, a Ghanaian popularly known as Dada Joe Remix, was extradited in the US, and that was done in collaboration with some security authorities. I believe the cybersecurity was involved. I want to find out if there was any privileged information you can share with the media so far as his prosecution of that case is particularly concerned. And then to the Ghana Police Service, this is a bit out of the free of what we are discussing, but given the fact that, the CID, you are doing an excellent job at tackling crime, but when you take into consideration some of the hotspots of crimes and even the recent surge in Chief 20 class and what have you, there's been calls by security experts for the police as an architecture to also, in a way, put in place certain mechanisms in ensuring the safety of police. What are your own plans as a Ghana Police Service in, ensuring that you put in place certain advanced mechanism for the police in combating crime in some of these crime hotspots? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are close to use the next questions.
I think we should answer that one first. We should just answer him first.
Yeah, let's answer him. It's 3 in 1, yes. I lost track of his questions.
We will answer him first and then we go out.
We'll attempt to answer them.
Thank you, Masaudu. Data on financial ramifications of the cybercrime. Yes, we do. We do have data, and when you require, just contact us and we'll point you to the right direction. Often we do actually post some of those on our social media handles as well. The transnational dimension of cybercrime. Cybercrime knows no borders. The crime on its own is transnational in nature. So what we do is to collaborate with international partners, international agencies, sister agencies in other countries as well. And also, of course, internally we collaborate with all law enforcement agencies to be able to tackle the situation. You asked a question whether we are also of the view that a certain group of people know. Our role here is to enforce the mandate given to us and to ensure that our cyber ecosystem is strong. And that is exactly what we are doing, and working with sister agencies like the CID to be able to eliminate crime or at least reduce cybercrime within our jurisdiction. So that is all that concerns us, and that is what we are doing. The other question you asked, today's presser is mainly to tell the stories of our collaboration with the CID. We don't intend to touch on others. Yes, CSA played a major role in other operations, but this is not the platform. Maybe another time we will invite you for those also. Thank you.
So I have to answer mine. Yes, so as part of the IGP's commitment to ensuring that we have peace, safety and security in our country, he's engaging, or he's advised that our commanders on the ground, either at the regional, the divisional or the district level, as part of their focus, they are actively engaged in community policing. And when we do that, we reach out to all organized groups, either as the chiefs or community leaders, and work with them. Because when all of these issues happen, chieftaincy is an institution on its own, you can't avoid certain things that can come about. What it is that when it happens, we're able to move in and then we deal with the situation. But when we do the community engagements, these are the things that we advise the people on how to move around within their communities, how to engage if there's something that they need the police to work with them for, and to be taking the law into their own hands. And they should see the police as partners, you understand? So if that is the situation, and they get the understanding, then things can improve. But if in the unfortunate events where you find clashes and all of that happening, definitely those things are criminal in nature, and would have to investigate, would have to make some arrests, and then would have to ensure that we restore calm in all of those areas. I hope that's...
Yes, that's and then the safety of your own men.
And the safety of our men on the ground. So we are within our various districts or divisions or stations. We are committed to ensuring that we are providing the peace that the citizens or people are required to have. We are also part of the citizens. We are part of the community. So when it comes to our safety, in ensuring that people are safe, we are also concerned about us as well. So in terms of our logistics, in terms of our procurement of things that we need for our work or to keep us safe, we work with that definitely. In certain areas, maybe there might be 1 or 2 casualties, but that I believe it comes with the work. But I believe our men and women are all safe in the areas that they work in. And the matter of the welfare, if I can put it that way, is a matter of concern for all of us. So if a policeman is in an area where there's an issue, that matter is always taken up and is dealt with. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take the next round of questions.
Thank you very much. My name is George Osipine. I report for Pan-African Television. I just want to know what supports are available from CSA to victims of fraud, cyber fraud. I just want to, if there's any, would like to know about those support. Thank you.
Well, my name is Dennis. I write for the Chronicle newspaper. But I want to find out, as part of fighting crime, last year we heard, or some time ago, we heard that the police have been provided with body cams. I want to find out whether the body cams are indeed in operation and vehicle that will help the police to do night patrols. And so I want to know whether the police is well equipped to fight crime.
Thank you very much. My name is Ernest Barco, Business and Financial Times. So COP Donko in her remarks touched on the sophisticated modus operandi of this car trafficking or car theft from US and other states to Ghana. And she also mentioned that unbeknown to some locals who want to buy a vehicle, probably they do their diligent check and then buy these vehicles genuinely, and then it comes out that these vehicles were stolen. Is there any way we are going to compensate, or what arrangements are there for people who probably end up losing their vehicles, which they bought with all due diligence, but probably because of the sophisticated nature of the operation, they couldn't detect? Thank you.
Is that it?
Another.
Okay. All right, thank you. George, thank you for your question. CSA, we have categorized victims of cyber fraud. So some are victims of online impersonation, and some directly victims of, well, they said they use fraud, so we cannot use extortion here. So, well, they were extorted. There was some sort of extortion in terms of finances. So, to answer your question, yes, victims, we do have a 24-hour helpline for our victims. They dial 292, and straight away we get in there. And what we do is we take their incident report, and there's a dedicated team that will investigate and see whether it should be taken further. And a lot of times we do investigate to the end and help to arrest the perpetrators of that. And also, some people actually are victims of impersonation, especially online. On Facebook, Instagram, nowadays TikTok is taking the toll, and they use their names to defraud others, especially most of these victims are high-profile people and media people. In fact, we are currently working on some of the cases, investigating some cases for some of the top media people in this country. People have impersonated them, took money from people, etc., etc. So we do help these victims, we investigate, and we will zero in definitely on the suspects, and we will work with our sister agencies, including the CID and NIB, and we will pick the suspects. And when we pick the suspects, sometimes we don't inform you directly till the investigation is complete. Because if we have to inform you, you get too excited, you go and blow it out in the news, and you jeopardize the investigation process. So a lot of times we try to complete the investigation, and then we invite the victim and explain what has happened and what the actions will be afterwards. So we do support, and we encourage everyone to dial in 292 if they feel they are victims of cyber fraud. Thank you.
Okay, let me mention this one. Yes. I'd like to continue from where DG left off in terms of a number to dial. So we also have a WhatsApp number at our domestic violence and victim support unit headquarters. And I must mention that one of the cases that DG mentioned in his press, the victim reached out to us through that DOFSU WhatsApp helpline number. So I want to take this opportunity to put this number out there and let people know that if you are a victim of cyber fraud or you've been trafficked into the country to commit cyber fraud activities, you can reach out to us on this WhatsApp number 055 1000 900. I'll take it again, 055 1000 900. So I'll urge the media to let this number be circulated widely so that more people can reach out to us and we can rescue some more people. Somebody asked about the police being well equipped. Yes, we are, and we will say, like the proverbial Oliver Twist, we always ask for more from whoever is ready and willing and able to give us some more. But with what we have, we are able to do so much. And the body cams are in use. We are using them in a number of operations. In the recent by-elections, we use body cameras, and we intend to use them in other operations as well. So we are doing our best with what we have, but if we get some more, we'll be very glad to receive them. And the vehicles that have been stolen, people have innocently bought them. What we are talking about is that those are vehicles that are procured through criminal activities. And if you're an innocent buyer, the best we can do is to assist you with whatever information you need if you want to take a legal action against the person you bought the vehicle from. Because as far as we are concerned, it's a subject of a crime. If it's a criminal matter, we have to investigate it. And anyone found culpable in that activity will be prosecuted. So if you're a victim and you need assistance from the police, you are always ready. We are always ready to assist, and our doors are always open for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take our last round of questions. 3 questions. 1, 2. So 2 actually. Thank you very much.
I attempted with think they put water. Do you want water?
No, that's fine. I think the AC.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kaliji. I'm a social media influencer. So what I want to ask is basically in my field of work. So I've noticed that, especially on social media, there's a lot of accounts being set up to spread a lot of misinformation and fake news. And I mean, once in a while, media houses sometimes get information on bloggers and other, but these accounts purposely spread information and fake news. Are there any plans to monitor them and going forward be able to curb or stop this kind of information and disinformation? And also with the use of AI, I've realized that there are videos and pictures that have been altered with AI to spread a lot of misinformation and disinformation. So how is the cybersecurity and the CID going forward and going to put measures in place to be able to curb that? Thank you.
So there are a number of cold cases. The top of my mind is Professor Bennett, and there are some others. So what is the police doing in relation to that and other cold cases that we've had in the country for the past couple of years? My next question will have to do with this. So yesterday there was an fire outbreak around Redhill Flats that reports that some shots were fired, 10 people were shot. Any update on that as well? And finally, concerning Aswasi, the killing of the chief, if we could know what the latest on that is. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. I'll answer Kalije's question on misinformation and deepfakes. So, the Minister of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations directed the CSA to form a dedicated social media monitoring team, which we have now in place. And they do monitor a lot of these pages and accounts. And where we confirm that these accounts are spreading fake news or misinformation or disinformation, we actually work closely with the platform owners, such as Meta, to investigate, and then the accounts will be gone for good. In terms of the deepfakes, which is usually the AI misinformation aspects, we have been doing a lot of work in this area. We have taken down multiple accounts, but the problem is these platforms, Facebook, TikTok, we don't own them in Ghana. The owners are not Ghanaians and they are not in Ghana. So for us to take this down, we have to give a lot of justifications to the platform owners. Then the platform owners actually carry out their own investigation before they decide. So sometimes we have to keep pushing from the CSA here, and we do a lot on those, and we have been taking them down, but some of them, when you take them down, they actually produce another one the next morning. And you would have seen a lot on cryptocurrencies lately. We have been taking them down a lot, and we continue to do. But we don't do them here. We work alongside our international partners, such as the owners of the platforms, such as Meta, to be able to take these accounts down. So we are working hard, and we hope to take this further to maybe see how the government will have a discussion, bilateral discussion with these platform owners. And I'm sure, and not that I'm sure, I know that the Minister of Communications is working in this area to ensure that our ecosystem is clear of this misinformation and deepfakes. Thank you.
So Professor Bennett's case is still in court. I don't know if you are aware, a suspect was arrested or now an accused person. So the case is being tried. It's at the courts. And all other court cases are being diligently attended to. We don't abandon our cases. I mentioned in my press brief that sometimes the pace of the investigation might be slow, but we are actively engaged in all of the cases that we are confronted with. So Professor Bennett's case definitely is in court. The accused person is facing prosecution. The fire at Medina, the victims have been visited by the Accra Regional Command. The crime officers and the officers in that area have visited them. Ghana National Fire Service as well as the Ghana Police Service is currently conducting investigation into that incident. So I believe that when we have some information, we'll update you on that. And Asawase is also an active case under investigation. We are reviewing a number of leads, and I believe that when we make progress in that, we'll keep the public informed as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, on behalf of the Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, the Director General of the Criminal Investigation Department, the Deputy Directors at the Cybersecurity Authority, and the management staff, I want to say a very big thank you for coming. There will be some photography session. We will start with the two Director Generals. They will take it here. Then the management staff of CSA and that of the police officers available would also join and take one outside. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the pressmen will remain in the building whilst the management staff of opposing institutions take these pictures. Thank you very much. So we will start, we'll take the first photograph here. The CSA cameraman, the Ghana Police Service cameraman.
So that was a press conference by the CID and also the cybersecurity giving us updates on what is happening in the country. But now time for us to cross over to the presidency and bring you